The President said recently there will be no deal with Iran except unconditional surrender. What does that look like, unconditional surrender? How will you know it's real?
It means we're fighting to win. It means we set the terms. We'll know when they're not capable of fighting. There'll be a point where they'll have no choice but to do that. Whether they know it or not, they will be combat ineffective. They will surrender.
Operation Epic Fury showing no signs whatsoever of letting up. You can see one of the latest strikes in a video released by CENTCOM earlier this morning. And CENTCOM's commander also issuing a warning for Iranian civilians yesterday, saying, quote, Iran's terrorist regime is blatantly disregarding civilian lives by attacking Gulf partners while compromising the safety of their own people. Joining us now is Vice Admiral Robert Harward. He's the former deputy commander of U.S. CENTCOM and a retired Navy SEAL. He also grew up in Iran and speaks Farsi, so he's a perfect guy to talk to about this. Quite the resume, sir. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Bill. Good to be with you.
So the president was recently asked about the idea of potentially putting boots on the ground in Iran. Take a listen. We'll get your thoughts afterwards.
What are the circumstances where you send in ground troops? How are you thinking about that?
I don't even want to talk about it now. I don't think it's an appropriate question. You know, I'm not going to answer it. Could there be? Possibly, for very good reason. Have to be very good reason. And I would say if we ever did that, they would be so decimated that they wouldn't be able to fight at the ground level.
So, Vice Admiral, by all accounts, the air campaign has been extremely effective. Iran's Navy has largely been wiped out, but they still have hundreds of thousands of soldiers and paramilitary besiege on the ground. So if the goal is unconditional surrender, how does the U.S. get there without putting boots on the ground?
Well, I think it's exactly what Secretary Rubio just said. It's about the missiles and the Navy. We've taken out the Navy. Now it's the missiles. Once we shut down those missiles and can move ships safely through the Straits of Hormuz, then we have no issues. We have time on our hand. We can take our time to ensure there's a transition of the regime. We can take time to put in inspectors to make sure all the apparatus of the nuclear programs are gone. We can put inspectors to make sure the missile inventories have been depleted. So let's focus on what needs to be done first. Deal with the missile threats that challenge the Straits of Hormuz, challenge the GCC partners. Once that's solved, once that's eradicated, we can do whatever we want, and time becomes less relevant to the equation.
It seems like they've been making good progress on those ballistic missiles. There have been far fewer launches from Iran since the start of the war. It seems like they're having a little bit more of a tougher problem with the drones, those Shahed drones. They're harder to intercept, to shoot down. Talk about the problem those drones have for all our partners in the Middle East and our own forces out there.
Yeah, you're exactly right. It demonstrates how drone technology has changed. They're much cheaper, easier to produce than missiles, and they're cranking them out. And so they're using them at mass. So to address that, you got to go after the production facilities. You got to go transportation. So address the drones. So I think that's the last part of the equation aside from the missiles. But if you can produce a drone for tens of thousands of dollars as opposed to hundreds of thousands, if not millions, for cruise missiles, you've changed the equation. So that's what you're seeing in this conflict, the real evolution, the third wave of drone warfare.
There have been reports that Russia is helping Iran by giving them intelligence on where our troops are stationed, possible target packages for these drones, for these missiles. The Iranian foreign minister was asked about that. Take a listen to what he said.
Well, we have a strategic partnership with Russia.
So that's a yes?
And well, a military cooperation between Iran and Russia is not something new. It's not a secret.
So they are helping you. They are providing intelligence.
Well, they are helping us in many different directions. I don't have any detailed information.
I imagine that wouldn't surprise you at all, that Russia would be giving Iran intelligence on where our soldiers are stationed.
It reinforces the geopolitical significance of Iran. It's part of the evil empire, the axis of evil, so to speak. So undermining Iran undermines Russia and China to some extent. So the geopolitical ramifications of these actions have long-standing ramifications, and Russia's one of them.
Yep. And we are certainly giving locations of Russian soldiers to the Ukrainians. So it's kind of that shadow war going on. So Vice Admiral Robert Harward, thank you for your time this morning.
Good to be with you, Bill.
Be sure to like and subscribe for all the Fox News latest on YouTube and catch full shows streaming now on Fox One.